Kia ora Itifano. Look, I've got my cast off. So just an update, by the way. Would you just look at them? They're just so cute. Okay, so just an update. I have my cast off, as you can see, and looking pretty good. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of movement issues, but apparently that's to be expected. As I thought, I've done something to that finger, but hopefully the physio will fix that, and we're still pretty swollen if you look at the difference. But other than that, I'm pretty stoked that I have my my hands back, and at least I have a bit more use of this one than I did. I've got to keep doing that to stretch that tendon out because apparently the ligaments and tendons shrink rapidly. Apparently you only would have to have your hand in a cast for a week before you started losing the elasticity. So there we go. I will put in the bottom a timestamp so that you can skip the intro if you want to. So we now have Elsie done. So we've got Elsie and Nellie, and I've just got Pearl to make. Once again, they won't be up for adoption yet because I want to see them all together. In saying that, someone has asked me about this one, and I am considering, if you really, 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 really want one and you don't want to miss out, get in contact with me on my email and we'll see what we can do. It just means I won't send it until I've finished the third one. So if you'd be happy with that, go for it. Okay. So we've already done the flip through of this little lady. Although, I will show you. I didn't know what to do with the squirrel that I cut out off the cover, and I have put it in the back there. So there's Squirrel Nutkin. Oh, and one of my hairs as an extra. So this is Elsie's journal, and she has, what are these things called? Aren't they called frogs? Frog loops? I'm pretty sure. I've never done a closure with that before, so I thought that would make a bit of a difference. So you've just got elastic there, and that one just, ooh, I haven't got a lot of strength in that hand. It's easier than I make it look. That just closes like that. Got a pretty brooch that I have been saving forever for the right journal, and it just happens to be her. And you have Benjamin Bunny on the spine with hidden signatures this time, and there's the back there. And this fabric, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it was very, very heavy. It must have been upholstery or curtain fabric, and it was just gorgeous. And I know it's not blue, but I thought it suited this little journal, so that's why that one's like that. So she does have a 6.5 centimeter spine. She's quite a thick, chunky little girl. And then on the inside, just make sure I've got her in the right spot. So each one of the journals will have one of these in it. It's actually a really thick board so that it can also be used as a writing board. I forgot to say that in the last journal. So if you didn't see the last journal, this is Ada, their mum, and then that's Elsie, Nellie and Pearl. And Nellie's favourite was Squirrel Nutkin, and now Elsie's is Benjamin Bunny. And that just slips into the little lace pocket, and you've just got a little card tab label holder there that says Elsie, so that you know that it's hers. And that's just I just circle punched that out of the book and then resined it. I'm loving working with these little books. They're just so gorgeous. This is my new sewing machine, so you might notice some fancy stitches around the sides of things. I've been playing because it's just so much fun. You've got a lot of original, a lot of rag paper ledges in there, which I didn't want to do too much to. You've got a few little pieces of bits and pieces up there so that if you did want to make a cluster you could. These ones I kind of think if you did want to use this journal to write in, you could just get some tea-dyed note paper and just stick it on there, and then you'd have a really cool border. But I kind of like to leave that up to the owner to do, because if they're treating it like a lap book where they just want to look through it, all of this is quite interesting, and I don't really want to cover it up. Just a little table dresser. I don't know what they're called. Please, I know what they're called when they're doilies, but what are they when they're cotton? Please someone tell me in the comments. I cut up my master board, so that's part of the original, not the digital, that I have made into a little tag there, and you've got a little double pocket there with a really cute original gift postcard there. That blue paper there is just from, I had another Benjamin Bunny, Peter Rabbit and Friends book, and it's got like 4 stories in one. So I just grabbed that from there. This one here, again, this is just from the book, and I've just die cut it and resined it. And then it's magneted into this little accordion pocket here. I'll just put a few goodies in there. Just a few bits and pieces. A choice of T-bond, some genuine old hooks and eyes, blue of course. Popped some stamps in there so that you can have a little play with, and just a cute little piece of note paper if you take everything else out and just want a little note in there. And then over here, so we've got fold out. I haven't put anything in this one, but in this one we have some old New Zealand currency that is no longer in circulation, that has a tui on it. Tuis are quite important. And I believe that kowhai flower might actually be on it. They love our kowhai flowers. They love sucking the nectar out of those. So if you want beautiful sounding tuis, and I highly recommend that you give a tui sound a Google because it's so pretty. Yeah, if you want tuis in your garden, you just have to make sure that you've got a kowhai plant. And so presently Peter let the pocket handkerchief go again. And then you've got a pocket there with my etching of my bins in there. I've just made that into a journaling card, and you could write on the back of that. But he just sits in the window, little buns, cute little picture there. It's just a fold up. Over here, that's the front page of the little book, and then in here, this is genuinely old, like antique. Again, I got it in my auction, and a lot of them, they're in like a book where people have actually cut them up. A lot of them are from like early 1900s. And piece of bridge paper that you could use to write on. Scorecard. I just love that doily. I think it's so pretty. And just little taggy tags there with a safety pin. The ledger paper. So I've just put a trim on it. Like I say, whoever owns this could do what they want with it. A little Suffolk yo-yo that Yvonne gave me. Just a little journaling card with some blueberry dyed paper stuck to the back, and this is popular Shakespeare quotations. Just a page from a very old book. Just a lot of little interesting little bits of ephemera in here. This one, just a little pocket with a little resined picture out of the Benjamin Rabbit book, and just a couple of little tags, and you could write on the back of that. Over here, this was a Captain Goodrick letter, and it was absolutely destroyed, but I really wanted to use it, so I have found a way to line it so that I could still use it. And I'm really happy with how that came out. It was just such a cool envelope with all the different writing on it. And then you've just got a cute little picture. I'll line the back of that as well so that it doesn't look like that. I'll put some coffee stain paper on the back. But did you know that Mrs. Josephine Rabbit was a tobacconist? I was a bit surprised when I saw that she sells tea and tobacco. But yeah, that's fine. I'm sure That's fine to have in children's books. Once upon a time it was fine. My camera's doing funny things at the moment. And this little pocket, which is courtesy of Yvonne. Just have another little sixpence. And again, New Zealand currency, but no longer in circulation. We don't use those anymore. And just a pretty old vintage handkerchief. Another little bun, and that guy can come out. So he's just stuck in with a photo corner, so you can do whatever you like with him. That's blue vintage ledger paper. All of the ledger papers that you see in here, they are original. They are not copies of, and they're on beautiful paper. Most of it rag paper. Over here, from 1925, I've used quite a bit of this ledger in here as well. And then I just put a piece of an old songbook in there. You're a Real Good Friend. There's a little bit of a theme of friendship in this one. And just an old piece of address book from Mr. Goodrick. Beautiful writing on it. I just wanted to make sure that we've got a whole lot of ephemera in here. It might just be for you to pull out and collage if you want to use this journal and actually put your own things in, because there's writing space obviously there. Then there's a letter from 1945, and you'll find that throughout the book. And this is a removable, just a wraparound hidden paper clip, and that's from my antique book, The Language of Flowers. And just an old piece of shorthand writing, so you could use that as well. Now over this side you have a genuine old postcard, gift card, note card. They obviously didn't send it because there's no stamp there. And just an old library card, and fabric pocket there. I used the cover of the book. Put a little picture of Benjamin Bunny. That has to be my favourite picture of Benjamin in the whole book. And then over here, this guy, and we've just got just a, is it a tea card? Yep, Bond tea collector card, and a little, this is such a cute book. Look how big it is. It's just so dinky and cute, and it's just a book on friendship, which is really cute. And you've got another little picture in there. And this guy, and I've found the word friendships in the music paper as well, so I popped that in there. This guy just pulls down, and you've got a little hidden belly band there, and just some, because I figured if Mum was going to give those to the girls for an emergency, she might have just tucked them in behind somewhere that was nice and safe and secure. And then that's just got a little key on it, obviously, that wraps around. Over here, just an old catalogue card. And is that Bond as well? Yep, it's another Bond tea, but that's the butterfly series, not the bird series. Bit of blueberry dyed paper to journal on. This is my favourite part of the whole book, is the cat. I always used to love the cat. And the cat was not good. The bunnies were scared of it, but I liked the cat. And in there you just have an old photo collector card, and that's of Invercargill in New Zealand. And then I have put a very old, which is very hard to read, but you could read it, Together in Reality. So I can read it. I just loved the sound of the paper and how thin it was, like onion skin. And over here, just another little resined part of the book, the little die cut leaf and some writing space. And then over here, this is from that little quotation autograph book that I got. It says autographs on it from the antique auction, but there's a whole lot of little quotations that people have written. So yeah, this one I had to find with the word friendship in it, and that one's from 1914. little Victorian scrap over here of the pussycat, because you know that's my favourite part of the story, which you'll see at the end as well. And just a little picture of Elsie when she was a little girl, and just a writing space postcard on the back of there. And just a writing space, probably the only blank page you'll ever find in my journals. And one more little coin there. And that one, oh that one's a sixpence. I'm sure I had a sixpence in there already. Well, you get two of them. Again, no longer in circulation, that currency. And then this is just a bit of French, and it's just a little book, and it's on rag paper, but I just really like the size of that, so it's just a little folio for you to use. And when you take that out of there, you have genuine ledger writing space. That's another cute little picture, a little bit of writing space. I did put something on that ledger. More of that ledger, another cute little bun over here, and he slides out of there. In you go, bun. And this is from the Gentleman's Club. Caroline gave me that. It's from about 1921. I think we will see when we get to the other side of it. It's got the date on it. Just a few of the, see there's that little image. Those three little, what are they? Mice? Someone's got to tell me that too. What are those little things? And I just did a little pop-up because I bought a pop-up book as well. So I thought it'd be quite cute to have that little surprise in there. Just a photo of Elsie when she grew up. So with her family. So there's Elsie there now. She's a little bit older, and she started to use this journal that her mum made her when she was a little girl. And yeah, 1921 that paper's from. I just love the writing. The writing's just so beautiful. Little pussycat. And just a little laminated see-through corner on that one with a little writing space up there. More of the letter. Another little laminated hydrangea flower, and that's not lavender, but it looks like lavender, and then you could write on the rest of that page. And then on the last page, my pussycat. So this was an interesting make. So I wanted to make it so that we've got a hidden little journaling card here. So we've got the pussycat sitting on the basket with Benjamin and his, is it Peter that he's under the basket with, and they had to hide under the onion basket, and then the cat sat on top. So I put the text for that as well. And then on the back, a little bit of text too. The sun got round behind the wood, and it was quite late in the afternoon, but still the cat sat upon the basket. And you've got writing space on the back. So I wanted to make it so that the envelope was usable, but so that this also, when slid in and out, didn't interfere with what was in the pocket. So you've just got some blueberry dyed paper there so that you can journal on, and this part is nowhere near it so that they don't jam in together. So what I lined the envelope with, I have glued to the back side here, and then I have glued it to the front side. I've glued it here to this piece. So in the middle it's almost like a zigzag, so the pockets are completely separate. Hope that makes sense. Probably not. Okay, and yeah, there she is. There is Benjamin Bunny. I hope you really enjoyed that one as much as you enjoyed the first one. Oh, I better put that back in there as well, or I shall forget. So this is Elise's journal, and don't worry too much about the cover. It is meant to fray a little bit and get a little bit older as it goes, but it has been sewn as well all through the cover, right down and down the middle of the spine joins as well, so that it can only fray so far. So there we go, number 1, number 2, and number 3 is going to be started soon. Oh, ow. But I am taking it easy. Thank you so much to all of you who have said just take it easy, don't push it, because I have been listening to your advice. I find it really, really valuable, and it's a great reminder not to push myself too much, because the doctor said although I'm very unlikely to re-break it, I am more likely to do damage to my ligaments or tendons by pushing things too far. So apparently just opening a car door is considered too strenuous with this hand at the moment. So I have been very, very careful, and as soon as I feel it stretching, that's good, but I don't push it much further than that, because yeah, it's like touching your toes and learning to touch your toes and going further. You feel that pull, which is what is happening when I'm doing my exercises, but you know when it's too far. So you never go too far. A little bit of a stretch is good, because that's going to help re-strengthen those ligaments and tendons. But yeah, okay, stop waffling, sorry. I know some of you appreciate the update though. And yes, 2 hands back, even though one's a little bit bung still. I'm pretty happy to have it back. I can definitely do more than I could with my cast on. So thank you very, 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 very much for watching. Thank you so much for your support and sticking with me. And hopefully the next time I'll be back, it will be the next in the series of the Come Make a Journal with me. And then the next time after that, hopefully I'll have the 3rd little sister ready. I can't wait to see all 3 of them together. They should be really cute. All right, until next time, whānau mā te wā. Take care.